let's go.
Evening!
Jesus Christ. All right.
I did not know that you were capable of such sound. Yes.
Love it.
Do that again. Not right now.
No, he's got to do that for
again
every single
more.
one.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. That needs to be an intro fucking sound right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
forget the
now.
intro music, just that.
Need to sample that.
Got enough time on there. Just that one note.
Yeah. Right. We are going to talk about the first 7 of what are we calling this? An Earful HorrorFest.
That's it.
Yeah.
HorrorFest.
Our very, very first HorrorFest.
So we're going to do this every
So there was a lot of flag
surprises.
Horror. Horror.
horror.
Horror.
Why did you say it like a camp Dracula then?
Horror.
Fucking hell.
If you got this color in, it's horror. Thank you.
I like a tint of horror.
Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, HorrorFest.
Yeah.
Where we've put out a fucking list of films, if people don't know, where you can basically watch a film every night of October. We all like them, don't we, Matty?
We do. I mean, there might be the other one that we don't agree on, but we'll push through. You might like it yourself.
We'll change it in the future.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll adapt.
yeah,
Loopholes.
for people, we should say I spent like a night stressing on this list. I got like my girlfriend involved, her
You
friend.
lost fucking sleep, man.
Yeah, I did. I was like, this has got to be right. This is how much effort I put in for you. I
We
sent
were
it
trying
to
to
the boys.
finalising it down, though, weren't we? We had so many films. we
Whoa,
had to
don't say
finalise it
we
down
when
to.
it was just me. Let's be honest.
Matt is that kid that wants to get that extra 10%. You know,
it's like, you know, when
turns
you
up
do
at
a
the end and
group-
goes, yeah,
When you
I
do a group
blagged and did that.
project, That's exactly it.
Have you ever seen that meme of where it's a dog holding a branch, but then there's a smaller dog holding the end of the branch? My friend is by Ashton.
Matthew,
No, but we all put our respective lists.
Yeah,
in,
so I asked
of what
you
we
all
like.
for some movies you want to watch. I didn't take all of them.
There's so
Mainly
many.
because I wanted, like, if we're being honest, making this list, I wanted like a nice balance of I've never watched that. That's an underrated film, and there's classics.
Oh, yeah.
So you couldn't get everyone's favorite classic films in there, but I think it was balanced. Spent a night stressing about it. Sent it on the WhatsApp group. I was like, "Here it is, boys. Let me know what you think." First fucking reply was, "Oh, can we not change that one? Not a fan of that." And this was like at 11 o'clock at night. I was like, "Fuck no, we can't." Oh, that's my.
Don't
rant.
agree with it. Change it. Do it again. Make it better.
It's
Yeah.
an open and honest place. It's okay, Pearson.
Yeah.
It's okay.
This is my therapy.
No, yeah.
It's gonna be on the couch, just
Yeah.
like spread out, type thing.
Lying on the desk.
Listen, man, I'm just really tired.
You know, and I just feel.
That's it. So we only put out 7 films. You can see all the films we're going to put out every week on our Instagram. Cheeky little plug, at an Earful podcast, because we're not going to do it at the beginning. So the first 7. Does someone else want to read these first 7, or shall I?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Roll
cheers,
them out.
mate.
Roll them
Look at
out.
that.
I mean,
That's
you
the
made the list.
That's the contribution Matty gave me then. That's how much he gave into the list. It was, does anyone else want to read these out? Go ahead.
Go.
Thanks. Cheers, mate. I'll do the work.
You do that, lad. We'll do the rest.
Right. So the first night of Halloween starts off with It Follows, then House of a Thousand Corpses, Trick or Treat, Evil Dead, Frozen, Hush, and Creep. They're your first 7.
7 bangers.
Yeah, I feel like it was a fucking smash of a list for the first week.
They're
Just
not-
like
they're not
all the
very-
talking,
We started strong.
They're not your very typical horror films, are they? Like some of them are probably what you've never seen before as well. So
Yeah, I
it's
can
good to mix it
imagine-
up like that.
Well, yeah,
You've got to be a horror fan to have watched some of these, I think.
Yeah.
Like a lot
not
of
something
cult
you'd watch
following
on a
these
whim.
films.
No, well, it all starts off and kicks off there with with It Follows. So kicking back in your cinema chairs.
Oh, what a film!
What a film, man! What the
What
What a
fuck?
soundtrack.
What a concept! Wow.
The soundtrack's so good.
There's so much to
The
go.
composer, Disaster Piece, like smashes it. Just thought I'd share that. I know his
Let
name.
it out. Let loose.
Thank you.
Right. So to summarize, for people that haven't listened, and you should know, all these films are going to contain spoilers because you should be
Fuck
watching
you.
them by now.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. So It Follows. It's about a young woman followed by an unknown supernatural force after she has her first sexual encounter. Good summary, right?
Yeah. And then it's basically an STD, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
We could pretty
metaphor
much say,
for
yeah.
sexually transmitted diseases.
The concept of the film is mad, honestly, right? As you say, you go about your day, everything's normal. You meet up with some dude, and then you do the thing, And then suddenly you're like, you're informed that after that you're going to be followed by something. Like,
Yeah,
fuck you on about
that's
that?
what's creepy. She gets told, doesn't she?
Yeah, he
Maybe
gives a
it's fucked
warning.
up.
It's
Yeah.
like, now that I'm aware of it, that makes it even worse. Like, if you'd have become like only aware like a couple of weeks down the line, obviously you probably could have died by that point,
Well, yeah, true.
potentially. But suddenly you become aware and you're like, what? That motherfucker over there keeps following me, man. And you're all gonna be like, you having a song?
Yeah, I think that's another cool thing is like the appearance of this supernatural force is just a person.
Yeah.
It's just taking the
Yeah.
form
Yeah,
of random people.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's
Mate. And it
but
is
it's
that,
just
like,
a continuation that
stalking.
it does. It just follows.
Yeah, it just
That's all
stalks.
it does. It explains everything in the title perfectly.
And it's
It
always
brings
at like its own pace as well.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
no rush for it because it knows it's coming to get you. That's what makes
Yeah.
it creepier.
It's it brings like a whole new meaning to the thing that's mentioned in Scream. You know, like if you have sex in a horror movie, you're going to die.
Oh
But
shit,
this
yeah.
is literally, if you have sex at your fate, it means you're gonna fucking die. Like there's no fucking
Yeah.
around unless you pass it on. Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah.
but then when you pass it on, you're carrying that guilt forward that person could potentially get murdered. So yeah, it's a pretty intense movie, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is. Very
It's,
intense, to be fair.
Very
Yeah.
enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
So-
One you can go back to because I think you notice different things about it as well. You know when you're watching it first time around, and you start
Yeah.
noticing different like things in the background. Because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere. Now I could be completely bullshitting you here, but at most points in the film, I'm pretty sure when there's like people. I was going to sound staffed in it when there's people on the screen. When there's a mass amount of people on the screen, it's like always there in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm bullshitting you there. I could just be making that up, but I'm sure I read that. Ew. It's always there. You don't need that. That's hideous.
That is the grimmest. The grimmest scene is where they open the door thinking like it's someone that they know, and then she sort of the door, and this like random guy just like pops up behind. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, mate. The dead tall dude. The dead gangly dude.
Yeah.
Oh, not today. No, sir.
Oh, I fucking love this movie.
No.
I only watched it for the first time like a couple months ago as well. So I feel
Oh.
like I'm fairly new to it.
It's on Netflix
Yeah.
at the moment, isn't it? Or is it Amazon Prime? Or both?
Netflix did it.
I want to say the flicks.
Let's
yeah.
say Netflix.
Go give it a watch on there if we've convinced you
Yeah,
enough
it is
to watch it.
worth a watch, 100%.
Well, yeah. If you're not convinced that way, Lon, quickly out of 10, what would you rate it?
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Judgy.
shit.
Judgy.
I think for the originality of it and the overall concept, I'm going to give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10.
You know?
I'm going to have to check my letterbox now and see
Oh.
what I actually give it, you know. Which,
I'm gonna
by
have
the
to
way,
use that.
if you want to see all the films, we've got the list on Letterbox. So if you actually like movies and own that app, you'll be able to see them.
That's like also a dig at me and Matty because we have it and just don't use it enough.
So use it.
Pull
Oh,
your phones
fancy
out your
film.
arses.
Yeah, the one time to be on it during a podcast.
I know.
Mate, also, can we talk about the poster?
Yeah.
This
Hang
poster
on, what
is
about
so-
everybody else's rating?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, the one
Oh,
singular person who's got the rating.
Damn it, we almost got him.
Say one thing.
You got about 6.5 for me. Gonna go into them half points.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Fuck me, mate. Getting a.
Judgy.
Yeah, I feel like that's low.
It wasn't a slasher.
It's not low at
It
all.
didn't have a mask.
I've just set my bar really
6
high.
isn't low.
No, I don't think it is. 6.5. That half makes a
Out of
difference.
10.
Yes, it does. As someone as short as I am, I'm going, yes, that half does make a difference. Fuck, he's right.
Well, what was you saying, Matt?
That's an 8.
No,
So-
there's too many Matts
There
Pearson.
is.
Too many Mats, too
On
many
a-
Mats.
On Letterboxd, I gave it 4 out of 5, so I'd probably say 7 out of 10.
Okay. I'm going to agree with old Lunyon. I'm going to go for 8 out of 10. Honestly, the creativity of it. Wow! I think it's
so
sick.
good.
So, yeah, go on, man. You can have a nice 8 out of 10.
Also, right, this poster is so. I'm just going to hold it up for people to see.
Yeah. Creepy,
This is
man.
what kind of inspired like Riverdale and stuff
Yeah.
for their
It's
artwork.
like- Yeah.
It's so good. I fucking love that movie. Like, if anyone hasn't watched it, watch it. Fun fact I have about the film, other than Smith's "you'll see people in the background," is
Potential
the main
fact.
character. Potential fact. No, I think you're right there. To be honest, we need a Jamie to fact check shit.
Mate, we really do. That's
Yeah.
something we need to invest our time in. Watch this
Is
space.
it? I mean, it's quite fun when people get to listen and go, "No, he's fucking wrong."
I just don't like being wrong. I don't like being wrong. It's really painful for me.
Well, you're publicly being wrong now. So, my fun fact is the main character is called Jay, which is short for Jamie, a reference to the Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Ah.
The more you know. I want that rainbow going over now. There you go, mate.
Bitch.
The more
Some
you
words for
know.
More editing.
You're welcome.
Love it. Right.
Look at them.
Shall we continue on with the list?
Yeah, so that
Yes.
moves us next to If Never Said House of a Thousand Corpses.
Correct. Anyone seen this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not as of yet.
Fuck off.
He says we're in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
First time, huh?
For listeners, Matty's wearing a House of a Thousand
Yeah.
Corpses.
I'm one of those
shirt.
people that walks around in a Metallica t-shirt, but yeah, I've never fucking heard a single song.
That's
No,
a
I'm joking.
face lie.
No, I have
I
one.
don't reckon it is right now. I reckon he's having us all on.
Is that the equivalent? Like, you walk up to people, you see they're wearing a horror film shirt, and like, name 3 deaths.
No. Is that a new thing now?
Is that a thing?
Maybe. Yeah, start it, people.
Oh my god, can you imagine that? How creepy that'd be. Oh yeah, you're a fan of that. How did they die? Like, what?
Fake fan.
It's like the opening scene of Scream, isn't it? But a bit more mild. It's like, name 3 deaths.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah, getting started with House of a Thousand Corpses, man. Rob Zombie's first feature-length horror film. Like, he fucking knocked it at the ballpark for that. Story-wise, you can completely tell it's Rob Zombie who wrote it. I mean, you've got your three main protagonists, all
Would you like
serial
to
killers.
Summarize the story.
Yeah, well, it's basically like these group of, they're kind of like, they're not hikers, they're not hitchhikers, I don't know, they're not, they're just making their way through
Yeah,
the
they're
country,
traveling
aren't they?
around America.
Traveling
aren't
around
they? Like,
America,
seeing
yeah.
Yeah.
Different museums and different sites, yeah, and they're documenting stuff and all that, and they come across this this funhouse, or like, it's like a gas station in it with like an actual ride next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Made by,
fucking weird is America? It's a gas station with a fun house attached
Yeah.
to it. Imagine you nip down Tesco to fuel up, and it's like, what's that? Oh, it's just a horror museum we have.
That'll get very custom. Do it. That'll get him.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere, as obviously it should be. It's loosely basing itself on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you'll like this film.
I didn't know that.
You can kind of tell, can't you, with the family that are all fucked up and they
Yeah.
kill people, and they're
Yeah,
in the middle
makes
of like
sense.
Texas and all that. So yeah, basically they come across this family who's supposed to be helping them out, and things go fucking tits up. Yeah. Yeah, basically, and it all centers around this one character called Dr. Satan, who,
Satan.
Dr. Satan, what a fucking
Dr.
name.
Satan.
Does what he says in the tin, doesn't he?
Yeah, man. You've got
Matt is Dr. Satan.
You've got Sid Haig playing Captain Spaulding, R.I.P.
Most of all, fuck you!
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Mama.
man.
Shame.
Been in some good horrors. But yeah, man, it's a overall fucking great film. Keeps it very intense all the way through it, and
You don't see
the
Dr.
soundtrack
Satan.
as well. Soundtrack. Yeah, you don't see Dr.
You
Satan
don't for a while anyway. Yeah, the soundtrack's sick. Because I'm a fan of Rob Zombie, but I only realised when watching the film, like, some of the songs are directly
Actually in the film,
reference
yeah.
in the film and the story.
Yeah, man. Fucking, it's gory as well and brutal. Like, if you're a bit lazy, I wouldn't.
Fishman.
Yeah, it's Rainn Wilson is also in this from The Office.
Dwight.
He is.
Yeah, Dwight. So if you're a fan of The Office,
Identity
you'll be a
theft isn't
fan
a joke,
of
Jim.
House of a Thousand Corpses. Fact.
And then this kicked off, obviously, the whole trilogy. So you got The Devil's Rejects and Free from Hell to watch after that if you enjoy it. Yeah, that'll keep you busy. But let's stick to these 7 films for now.
Yeah, we could go. This could go anywhere.
This list that we all know Matty approves of.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I've got a fun fact about House of a Thousand Corpses as well. I heard this on the Joe Rogan podcast that Rob Zombie did with him. Apparently, they pitched this to Universal, and they were supposedly picked it up, and they were going ahead with it. Like House of a Thousand Corpses, that it was being done by then, and then they cancelled on him. It was last minute. Was it last minute or something like that? They cancelled on him. I can't remember what the reason was for. And anyway, he ended up making the film still. And then obviously fast forward to last year, Universal are buying the rights to use the House of a Thousand Corpses fucking like walk through scare maze at Horror Nights.
Like
fucking came full circle,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. Eat your own words. You made a mistake, kind of thing.
You guys were right.
Love that.
Do you get a fun fact for that as well, Matt?
I didn't because I thought,
Yeah.
do you know what? Matty has a rager for this kind of film, so I'll leave that to him.
But yeah, that pretty much
You know.
I don't know. Have you guys got anything to add about the film that stood out to you?
I always remember when Rainn Wilson dies. Spoilers. You know, the fucking apple and the
fish man.
fish boy.
Yeah, fish boy.
It's fucking so funny. Like, it's just weird and wonderful, I think, is my description of House of a Thousand Corpses.
I know.
It's just very unique, isn't it? I think just the overall approach. I think Rob Zombie's technique in terms of filmmaking is just so like precise that if you watch something like when he did obviously a Halloween remake and Three from Hell, Devil's Rejects, everything has a certain tone to it, and you know
It's intense. It's always intense. It's proper gritty horror, but it's always brutal. Like there's no holds barred with it. Like there's no fucking pussyfooting around. He's like he goes all in. He does. He goes all in.
I know there's some hardcore bands and like heavy bands who, you know, when they use like film excerpts just before like a big breakdown or something, or just to genuinely throw it in the song. There's some from House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, in a band called No Zodiac. Yeah, so there's a fact for you there.
That is a fun fact. Fucking little plug there. I like it.
Yeah.
Fitting them in. Right, go on, Matt. What's their next one?
Well, are we sticking to the rating for all these films?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
I'm going to go a solid 7 out of 10 for Rob Zombie's first eclectic vision.
I'm going to be very biased and give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
So I feel bad now because I gave It Follows a 7. So I'm going to bump It Follows up to 8 and give this a 7. Because I prefer It Follows over this, to be honest.
This is Matt, you didn't like it.
I'm going to give it a 7 as well.
7.
Ask.
7. What did you give it, Smith?
I gave it an 8.
So to give you more editing, Matty, I want you to add all these up and give an average in the middle of the screen. Cheers, mate.
Fuck, yeah, that's not happening. You can fucking work it out yourselves.
There's one right fucking there.
Yeah, choose whose opinion you prefer and just go with them. Right.
That'll just be his own.
Yeah. Overall, 9.
Yeah, Matty said it.
I say
10 out of
9.
10.
Sound.
Oh.
Sound.
Right, the next film, Trick or Treat. Or do I just call it Trick or Treat? That's always something I've wondered.
This is also the thing that screwed me over during the editing of the
Yeah.
artwork. I sent it over as like, what do you think? And he was like, that's spot wrong.
I think it's dependent on how you say it, innit? Because like, if you were to do it in a southern drawl, because it is in... where's it based again?
America?
Miracle.
Like,
America.
where are you going tonight, boy? Trick or treating. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Trick or
okay,
treat.
yeah.
Like, that's how it'd be said. Like, trick or treat.
Yeah,
I like a pirate.
I see what you
Yeah,
mean.
there you go.
Arr,
trick or
treat.
treat. Arr, trick or treat. Right? Get the fuck away from me, man.
So
Keep
I
your
like,
peg leg.
I really like this movie because to me, it's the horror equivalent of Pulp Fiction. It's 5 different stories interwoven.
Yeah.
Into one. So you can kind of see where I'm going with that.
It's all little
Yeah.
short stories. It's very influenced by like movies such as like Creepshow and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So the 5 stories that occur all on Halloween are: a principal has a secret life as a killer. A college virgin finds the right man, and secretly she's a werewolf. The teenagers pull a prank on this girl. I'm going to go in more detail to that because that's one of my favorites. A woman wanting Halloween to end, so she like blows out this pumpkin early. And our main character that you see called Sam does not approve of that shit.
I'll have to be that.
And the old man, Mr. Krueger, meets his match. So I'll explain all of them in a minute. But fuck me, I love this film.
It's one of your favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, you know.
It gets the Halloween vibes going definitely. Like,
Yeah.
if there's one film to watch on Halloween, apart from Halloween, it's this. I'd say anyway. You
Yeah,
want to get in the mood, or on Halloween Eve, should we say?
Yeah.
Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Halloween Hallows Eve?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
The name of it,
Hallows
All
Eve.
Hallows Eve, yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, the eve of Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Just
Eve.
fucking watch it, man.
Well,
Look
thing
at
is,
the-
we're not going to be. Nobody's going to be trick or treating this year because of COVID. So let's
Mate, how does
watch
that work?
trick
Though?
or treat.
Unless you have like a grab stick thing where you kind of like
Nah.
just put it outwards.
Gonna open the front door and pelt like pinballs at people.
I did see
Nerf gun.
Yeah, ting,
someone
ting, ting, ting.
at the door made like a tube going down, and you just hold your bucket underneath, and you send sweets down.
Oh no, I've seen one guy actually who's got like he's sat on his porch and he's put like this bit of fishing wire all the way down to the bottom of his lawn, and then he sits on his porch and he's got this like ghost thing attached to the line that's carrying a
That's
basket,
pretty sick.
and the ghost flies towards it. It looks like he's actually flying towards
That's
this
quite
ghost,
Ah,
and it gives the sweets, and he also puts like a fucking can of beer in there as well for the parent who's
For the
walking around with him.
kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
What a G.
Yeah, but isn't the issue with that? They're still touching the candy, so
Unless they're doing it all safely with the gloves and then washing their hands and all that. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's still
Don't
still
do it.
risky.
And it's sanitizer.
Yeah.
trick or treat.
Yeah, dipping it into sanitizer as well.
Bleach.
Better wash that in antibacterial gel.
Fucking hell.
Dunk yourself. You've been outside.
I'm about to go off on these stories and spoil them all for you if you haven't watched.
Here we go.
Right. So first of all, it starts off straight away with a murder, which before even the title sequence, you're in there with this woman comes home with a partner, goes to blow out the pumpkin sat at the front of her porch, and then the husband's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Halloween's not over." And she's like, "Nah, fuck off. It is now." And then
Does what she wants.
and then what she does is she says she's going to take the decorations down, and our friend Sam doesn't like that because they've got like there's pretty cool decorations. I like to think Americans just go all out for Halloween, and it bugs the shit out of me
Yeah.
because no one does here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's
Not
been
as
like that
much.
for a long time. Like, I remember when I was younger, we used to go out all the time, like, you know what I mean, like making your own costumes, like wearing a fucking bin bag as a costume for one. Do you know what I mean? Using it as a cape as well. Or do you know what I mean? Just classic Halloween, and it's like DIY. Go get your sweets, come back, and then spend your 20p on some pick and mix day after. Do you know what I mean? So
I think you should. I think we should just start expressing ourselves more and just going whole hog. Like if you're committing to something, like going like because I'm a hypocrite for saying that because I dressed up as the Mask for Halloween, didn't I? But then I didn't paint myself like the complete color, so it was like it was a missed opportunity, and it was like I should have done that. I should have whole hogged it, fully committed to it, and should have just been like, and with my maracas, I go jitty boom everywhere, and it would have been perfect. But
while we're on that topic, actually, can we just like fucking bring back that memory from when you dressed as the Mask, and we were all sat in your front room, we all had a bit to drink. And fucking Smith decides to do the reenact the scene, which one you were just singing there. What was it called now? The
Cuban Pete.
scene. Yeah, the Cuban Pete scene from the Mask. And as he gets towards the end of the song, he fucking pauses and he flicks his hat away just like he does in the movie as well. And as he flings the hat, because we're upstairs in basically what is your living room, but it's got like an attic window to it. He fucking chucks his hat behind him, not realising it's gone straight out the window.
But I've not looked. I'm still in pose and motion. The hat's gone. That's gone. That's irrelevant to me now. But it went out of the window.
Yeah, we all paused in shock for a bit.
Yeah, we're all like,
I was like, I'm a star. I was like, they love me, and then like, no, you fucked up. Like,
fast forward 5 minutes later, Smith's hanging out by his legs. Someone's going.
No, it wasn't me. That was Etch.
Oh, it was Etch. Yeah, it was Etch. Yeah. While we're keeping hold of him, while he's trying to reach out onto the bottom of the roof.
Yes, we encourage danger. But I got the hat back, and then we went out, and it got stolen a lot, and then everyone's like, "Oh, who are you? Who am I? The Mask."
Right.
Joking.
Back to these stories.
Yeah.
So, you get like hit straight away with a murder. So what I was saying is the decorations of this woman and husband's house is like these ghosts everywhere, but it's just stick figures, like, you know, like a crucifix in the garden with a sheet over it. And the husband falls asleep after watching porn, wakes back up. He's like, where the fuck's my wife?
Classic Saturday.
It's probably just, it's not porn, it's probably just some horror, but
Babe Station.
tits are always out in some horror movies, let's be honest. So he goes downstairs like, where's the fuck my wife is? where the fuck's my wife? That's
where the fuck my wife?
Hey, I'm fucked now. It's the excitement I have for this movie. Pulls one of them off, and there she is, like, dead. So good. Right, but the best story, so I'm not going to give you them all. Right?
She was dead.
She was dead.
He's just going to go and describing them all now. That's it.
Is that what this podcast
Where the fuck my wife?
My wife.
Where my wife at?
Right. So the most fucked up story in this film is these teenagers play a prank on what's deemed as their friend that they don't really want to be friends with. And they all take pumpkins to this lake with like a massive cliff drop off. And they take the lift, this like industrial lift down, and she leaves the girl that they don't want to be really friends with and says the lift can only hold 3 people. You bring the rest down, I'll send the lift up for you. Sends the lift up, they go down, and you just hearing screams and these like lights of the pumpkin go out. And they're freaked. She goes forward. Oh, I didn't even tell you the story about why they're at this quarry. Sit down, people. Get ready. Okay, so...
You don't need to watch it.
No, I'm telling you it all now. Like, I said spoilers, so fucking I'm going in. Right? Right, so the best story of this, I'll give you very quickly. It's about these teenagers that pull a prank on one of the friends they don't want to be friends with. So this girl tells a story to the group of friends, and there is this bus that drives these kids to school, and the disabled children, and the parents have just got tired of dealing with these disabled children, and it gives you like a flashback. It's really well done. All the kids are dressed up on this bus in Halloween costumes, and these fucking costumes are creepy. Does anyone remember?
They get
Watching it,
proper
costumes
weird.
look like-
Loose. Like, I'm gonna
They're
quickly
proper
Google this.
fucked up, mate.
It's like one
Have a quick look.
paper
Oh,
mache,
mate.
like Dracula and shit like this.
They're like proper 1930s style costumes.
Yeah,
The
it's
old-
that clown creeps me out.
Yeah.
That clown on there.
I mean, if we're honest, I mean, I think to a certain degree, all clowns are creepy.
Yeah.
Nah, not the biggest fan of them. I can hack them. Wouldn't be happy if I was chased by one though.
No, not
Hey,
my thing.
no,
I'll put the photo up here anyway while we're talking.
Yeah,
so you can see.
instead of me searching. Oh, I've got a photo actually. I'll show the
You
camera.
got one because I'm struggling here.
You show the camera, but I'll get
All
it
that's
off.
doing is coming up with Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So those
Mm.
three masks you can see
if you are.
are sat on this bus. And what you don't know is these kids are chained up to their seats with the Halloween sweets and stuff. And the parents have all paid the bus driver to, go the wrong way and get these kids off this quarry. Cheers, pal. Like you do. And so he parks up at this quarry after going the wrong way. Make sure every kid's chained up. Gives them a lash tree. I don't know why, because it's not like they can fucking have it. They're chained up. Anyway,
Pure cruelty.
one of the kids gets loose and just slams the acceleration and drives off the quarry with the bus driver still on. And anyway, the bus driver gets away. He manages to crawl out the lake. And so, back to the teenagers pulling the prank. They go down in this elevator down to the bottom of the quarry, but only 3 at a time. So the other 2 come down, and the last 2 to come down are this girl they don't really want to be friends with. And they're dressed up as what the kids were dressed up as, chasing them. And when you first watch it, you're like,
Yeah.
that's way too corny. Nah, it's not real. And you realise it is the kids dressed up pulling a prank. But then later on, you actually see the kids... half dead. I want to say half dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah.
Half dead. Like chasing him. This girl finally has comeuppance because she's just sat in the elevator crying her eyes out, being like, nah, you can all die, and goes up. So good. Another story in it. I'm not going in as much detail as I did.
No, fucking hell, that's story time.
But Old Man Krueger, is my fun fact for this film, is Brian Cox, the director of the movie. Dressed up, and the character design is based off the look of John Carpenter.
No way. There you go.
And finally, another spoiler: he is the bus driver. So, spoiler there, but you should definitely go watch it. It's so good. I love this movie.
Trick or treat.
Do you know what? Even more fun facts. Fuck it. In the background of each story, you can see other characters from previous stories that are referenced to like what time of day this is happening.
Yeah, it's all very
Yeah.
intertwined in it.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's all
very
in the
good.
same universe sort of thing.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Before we rate it, do you want another fact?
One more.
Go
I did
on.
my fucking
Fly it
homework on
out.
this.
Yeah, man.
Because of the time of day of shooting, they couldn't get children to play a lot of the characters they wanted to because of the time of night, law, and everything. So
Oh yeah.
they hired a lot of little people to play kids. So a lot of the kids are actually little people.
That's sick.
It's fucking cool, isn't it?
That's compromise.
Yeah.
That's show business,
Get around
baby.
That's not the Twilight Zone.
Oh, no, dear God.
No,
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
we do not. No, we do not at all. No.
Right, I feel like I fucking spoke forever on...
You did. You
Trick
enjoyed
or
that
Treat.
role. Yeah.
If you can't tell, I'm a fan. But what did you boys think?
Yeah, man. Fucking solid film.
Imagine if that's all you said. Like,
Yeah, and that's awesome. Leaving it
End
as.
credit.
Nah, it's one of those, as you say, as you said, Pulp Fiction-esque in the way it intertwines with the story unfolding. So no, that's it was an enjoyable watch. I've only ever seen it the once, and it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago now. So I'm afraid I've slept and other stuff, so it's not as fresh as on my brain as like some of the other ones are. Because I know I'm supposed to watch that one.
Are you saying you didn't follow our list?
I got 6 out of 7. I'll be honest. Hey, I mean,
What's wrong
Meatloaf
with
said
you?
2 out of 3 ain't bad in it, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Meatloaf. Statistically, I'm still correct.
So what are we giving it?
I'm gonna give it a nice. I'm gonna go for a nice 7 personally. 7, 7, 7.
I'm on that with Smith. 7.
I'm going to third that and say 7.
8.5.
7.5.
8.5.
8.5, right?
Yeah.
Right.
0.5 matters.
I enjoyed
Nice.
it more than it follows, I'd say.
But not
Very
as
good.
much as House of a Thousand Corpses.
I definitely enjoyed it more than I see what you're trying to do
He'll
there.
never let it drop. He'll never let it drop.
I
No.
want to see this edit before it's released, just in case you have swayed it.
He will have. You know he will have.
Do you know what I want you to now?
Point scoring's different on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
So,
moves us on to what
White
was
noise
the next
over us
one?
talking it.
Yeah.
White
Evil
noise.
Dead is the
Evil
next.
Dead. We were going
Evil Dead.
the old original Evil Dead, weren't we?
Yeah,
The
which ones did you
OG.
watch? Did you watch the originals?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
originals.
Okay, good.
All of them.
all
All of them.
Absolute classics, if we're going to be honest.
Bag of shit. This film, innit?
Do you want to take? Do you want to take the?
No.
Do you want to take the? Do you want to take the start on this one, Lon?
Yeah, go on,
One
I
of
might
your
as well.
favourites, isn't it?
I may as
I
well.
want to summarize it to begin with.
Okay, so the Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, directed by Sam Raimi, who is also famous from Spider-Man, the original 3.
Yeah.
Premise is that 5 group of friends, including Ash Williams, who is acted by the Bruce Campbell, the ultimate chin of all chins, the Crimson Chin.
The Crimson Chin. Oh my god, yeah.
Well done.
They essentially go to a creepy as fuck cabin. They discover a Book of the Dead, decide that they want to just read and out loud read the stuff from the Book of the Dead, and all the shit happens after that.
Isn't it
Essentially,
like
all hell starts to break loose.
Isn't it like a reel-to-reel they find and that?
Yeah, they play the tape.
Yeah.
And
tells
that's
the
Yeah,
story of the.
yeah.
It
Okay.
unveils the story.
So I have an interesting fact about Evil Dead 1. Actually, 2 facts.
Shoot.
Okay, so the first one is the shots where it is the Evil Dead entity coming to whoever they're after. So, for example,
yeah.
the cabin, for example,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was done by attaching a camera to a motorbike, I want to say. So that sound is the sound of the motorbike just really brought down.
Fucking hell.
And that's how they did it.
That's effect,
Love that.
motherfuckers.
Fact number 2 is that Evil Dead 2, the reason why they completely have to reboot Evil Dead 1 within Evil Dead 2 is because they didn't own the rights for Evil Dead 1.
Wait, what?
So in the beginning of Evil Dead 2, there is a complete reboot and rehash of the first film in the first 15
within
minutes.
Yeah, it's a quick summary of the
Yeah.
first film, but with a different character.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't even know that.
So Ash's girlfriend's played by someone else. Every time there's a recap of the first Evil Dead, someone's always played the girlfriend different.
Yeah.
So there's no consistent one set person throughout anything to do with Evil Dead. So for example, Ash versus the Evil Dead, it was a different person again. In Army of Darkness, it was a different person again. And it's not same hair color. They look completely different every single time.
Yeah.
That's
Not even trying to get it close.
No.
No continuity whatsoever.
Love it.
So yeah, there's my 2 facts.
Are we going to talk about the tree rape scene?
Oh, what the fuck?
Fucking
Yeah, there's some
mate,
weird
it is
shit in that film.
bleak.
Oh, actually, I have a fun fact about that.
Go.
Sam Raimi says he regrets doing it.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, we have a fourth fact. Sorry. So the Yellow Delta, it is in the first one, and obviously the second one and the third one, and anything to do with Evil Dead, is in every single Sam Raimi film ever. So in Spider-Man 1, it is Uncle Ben's car.
Yeah.
Oh, way.
Come on, I want
Crazy.
timestamps. Let's go, then. Where in the film is it?
All right, pull it up, Jamie. All right.
I like that though.
It's sick. It's cool.
What's Sam? Not Sam. What's Ash's girlfriend called?
Linda, I
Linda.
would say.
She is fucking creepy when she turns.
Shut up.
Yeah.
The special effects like in this film are fucking
Yeah, they're
amazing,
so good.
amazing. Honestly, who was it? Who did the special effects for this film? No,
I'll
Is it-
Jamie it. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Jamie, yeah. I couldn't
I
tell
don't, was it Savini, or am I just saying that just because it's
Probably
Savini?
just saying that. Just saying.
Yeah,
Might be, though, you know.
It's
I remember
potential.
I remember the whole thing around the second one, where obviously they had the makeup for the guy that turns all of a sudden into a deadite.
yeah.
She's gonna annoy the
Tom
hell out of me. I can't remember.
Sullivan is the makeup and
Sullivan,
special
yeah.
effects artist.
Yeah.
Apologies, Tom, for not remembering you.
Sorry, Tom.
He's a avid listener of this podcast.
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
offend him like that.
Did you also just on about the first one? The
Yeah, 'cause that is
first,
what's on the list for people that
Yeah.
don't know. You know,
not the reboot or anything
we
like
spoke
that.
about all of them.
All of them. So the girl that gets tree raped, we're just going to call her that, who's also called Cheryl. Did you all know that's Ash's sister in the film?
No?
Yeah, yeah.
This is I only clicked onto this when I watched Ash versus Evil Dead. I didn't actually realise that. I thought it was just someone who was like in the group of friends. And then afterwards I was like, oh, that's actually his sister.
No way.
I only know because I watched
Crazy.
the Dead Meat episode talking about it as well,
Yeah.
and he specifies that in there.
So the funny thing about Ash versus the Evil Dead as well is where they kind of bring back from Evil Dead 1, where they talk about the aftermath of the first Evil Dead, that everyone thinks like Ash did it, and they call it Mashy Slashy. Because they all think like he went to a cabin in the woods and killed all four of his like mates and his girlfriend.
Went a bit ham on him, yeah.
That is how it looks, isn't it?
Well, yeah. From the outside looking in,
Yeah.
this guy's just gone ham.
What about Ash's mate who's just like, come on, let's get out of here. Oh, I can't. What about my sister? I don't care about her. I'm going.
I'm out. I don't care.
I'm done. Or he
This
hacks his
film is so
girlfriend to
good.
death, like
Yeah.
just casually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it. It's
Needs
like
to be
he's
done.
excited. And
Sometimes
you've got that
gotta do.
fucking, what are they called? Deadites, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deadites,
the
yeah.
Deadite locked in the basement, just commenting on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It reminded me of a scary movie, The Exorcist piss take, where it's like, your mother's
God,
in
yeah.
here with us.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's
Well, they get out of
really,
there.
really creepy, especially for the time when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
you've probably never seen anything heavily like that before. But like, there's little bits of comedy in it as well. It's weird. They've just like, it's a really like unique film in its own right, especially
This
for when
is-
it came out.
This has definitely inspired hundreds of horror movies.
Yeah.
It's the panning shot as well, where like Linda's like all creepy and weird and laughing at Ash, and then it's just like it's this
what's
continuing
that?
shot where it like goes
Yeah.
around. It's like, oh,
Back in the day, that would have been in your dreams. That's a haunting little situation there.
It's fucking creeped me out.
Another thing as well, in under the actual cabin in the basement bit, did no one notice the Freddy Krueger glove?
No?
No.
What?
So if you Google it, there's a Freddy Krueger glove, like just chilling. And this is a reference to Nightmare on Elm Street 1, where Nancy's watching The Evil Dead on the TV.
Oh, so like paying homage. Oh,
Yeah.
That's sick.
Is it?
Just a little head nod. We see y'all. I
We
didn't
see
notice that
you.
though. That's sick. It's
So I thought
cool
that's
when,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool when directors and stuff just do a little head nod like that, isn't it?
Yeah, smart.
That is in Evil Dead 2.
Ah,
Lun is
Really?
wrong, people.
Yeah, because they would have been referencing the first film. They
Yeah,
can't reference
which-
it when it's not been out yet.
I've-
Yeah.
there's another reference to the first one though. I just
Yeah,
can't remember what it is.
obviously.
I'm trying to think what it is now. Oh, it's going to drive me mad.
But okay, like a sad fact actually about this is that house no longer exists anymore.
Nope.
What's this?
There's the Krueger glove.
I'll get the image up on here.
Oh, if you were fucking doing these edits, then I'm not.
Yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, there's nothing left of the house anymore because obviously there are loads of people going visiting it, and it's in a very like remote location. Like you can see what's left of the bridge that they drove over on the film. That doesn't exist anymore. You can see the remnants, and the house. All that's left now is a bit of the chimney because people kept going to there. I think it got burnt down, did it, Matt?
Oh, look at that! Professional people.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've got.
I'm looking what the reference is to the first one.
He's so determined to get this fact.
I know.
It's Hills of Eyes. That's what the first one is.
Really?
The first one's Hills of Eyes. Second one's Krueger.
I do have 2 fun facts about this film.
Go on, let loose.
So that bridge that gets destroyed, it was scheduled for demolition anyway, so they got permission from the local area to demolish it themselves.
Ah, sick.
That's quite cool.
That'll save us a couple of quid. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Save on labour. Health and safety. Nah, don't worry. It's fine.
I can't spell it, can you?
And because this was an independent film, we should probably stress at the time it was made.
Yeah.
And Stephen King made like a comment saying this is a fantastic film, blah blah blah, and that's what built up so much traction.
Imagine having that much weight to your words because of how like high up in the horror like industry you are. So like he goes and points at said thing. He doesn't even have to say it like properly. He can, and like Kevin does on The Office, you know, when he speaks short.
Good.
Yeah, literally like that good, and everyone goes me watch, and that's it. That's how horror goes.
There's a massive gap between 1 and 2 as well. I think there's like a 7-year gap or something ridiculous like that between Evil Dead 1 and 2.
What year was the first one released?
I want to say 81.
Correct.
81.
I trust Rain Man in the bottom right corner.
I know stuff. Sometimes, not all of the time. Let that be known. I'm not. I don't know everything. That'd be a very different fucking podcast if I did,
If
wouldn't
you
it?
knew everything.
Yeah.
You just take over.
No, I'd want you to ask me.
I have Ray.
I'd only allow certain answers to pass through.
Wouldn't show off your power. Just
No.
Just flex it.
Powers of good, not evil. Yeah.
Right.
So rating on this one, what are we saying, guys? I'm gonna go for an 8. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 7.5, but that 0.5 counts.
I am going to go 9.
It's one of your higher ups again, isn't it?
Because I love this film.
Yeah. Person.
I'm torn. I'm going to say 7.5. So I keep like comparing it to the previous ratings I've given. So I'm like, is this a better film than Trick or Treat? Or it's definitely better than House of a Thousand Corpses. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Matthew.
I'm winding you up today. I'm sorry. Just shots fired.
Always gonna flip a table.
This is nearly as bad as the debate between who's better, Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, that we did last year. It nearly sounded like a proper. Yeah, it was the last Halloween episode. Like we had a proper debate about it.
Is that the one we did in the practice room?
Yeah.
That was a massive one. That you should all go back and listen to the last year's episode.
I have a side category after we've discussed all these films.
Oh,
I've got a question in which I'll ask you all and see.
Yes.
Love that.
What you come up with.
Well, let's crack on then. So we're not
let's go on
for too long.
So next next film.
Next episode.
On next episode, we'll talk about the remaining 3. No, Frozen, made by Disney. I'm joking. It's a horror film by the same name. It came out in 2010.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, IMDb. Shout outs to you.
I'm right here.
So this is not
Suspense
really a horror
thriller film.
Yeah, it's a suspense thriller, but I felt it suited it. Some people felt otherwise, but I like this movie. It's a good movie. It's not as well known as I think a lot of other films, but I think it's worth a watch. Essentially, it's about 3 skiers get stranded on a ski lift, suspended in midair, and they're left overnight. But then they realize
Frozen.
Hence the name Frozen.
Might have been a little giveaway there.
But the other fucked up thing is it's the weekend and they don't open on weekends, so they've got to survive
Obviously.
3 days.
No post on Sundays.
Of course. And it's fucked up. What do we all think of this film?
Well, it starts to bother me like when not only are you in the freezing cold, B suspended, obviously up in the air. It's when the wolves start to circle, man. That's when you're like, am I not in enough trouble? Like,
so for the listener, one of them falls and snaps the legs because it's that high up, and obviously wolves come because damn, that looking tasty, you know.
I'll have me some of that.
So a fun fact about this film is they actually had wolves on set for 4 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking imagine just walking about being like, who's that guy? Oh, he's the wolf handler.
Wolf guy.
Oh, fuck.
So, dude, is that real?
Yeah.
Yep, that's real. It will hurt you if you get close. Fuck off.
But I like this movie. It's a fun watch. It's not something I take seriously of like a must, but it's an enjoyable one.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those like you can watch again and again, but you know it's not like a surprise film. It's just like a panic setting in film. Really,
Yeah.
It's just sort of like how much worse can this get in terms of for the people who are in the situation. Just like, oh my god, like they don't need this right now. They have enough on the plate. More danger, more panic. Fuck. Yeah. I like it.
Just a grim subject, isn't it? Like the what if.
Yeah.
Yes, like sitting down and describing that. Like, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna suspend you up in the cold.
To be fair, they do kind of deserve it because they're a bit cheeky and cocky and be like, "Oh, come on, one more ride," you know, hassling the guy. And it's like, right, fine, you can go up one more time. And so the guy at the bottom gets radioed, like, turn the chairlift off after these final 3 have come down. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And then like 2 minutes after, 3 people come down, and he's like, well, that must be them. Off. You know?
It's a proper Final Destination moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. Give that a watch, people. So, what are we giving this rating?
I'll be honest. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna give it a nice 6.5.
I'm going for a 6 just because.
Wait, what did you start off giving a 6? It Follows.
No, I'll give a 6.5 for.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
that one. I'll give this
matters,
one a.
Doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, the half matters.
It does. It fucking does.
Yeah.
Tell you that for nothing.
I mean, like I said, it's a great. It is good, like in terms of the concept and that. But for me, it's not as much of a horror.
No,
it's more thriller suspense.
I agree with you. Yeah.
It's on the rating on the list for suggesting for horror films. This is about a 6. If you get me.
Luneth?
I'm gonna say 6.
Cool. I'm also saying 6. So.
Make
that all in favour, say aye. Aye.
Fucking hell, it's the first one we've agreed on this, boys.
Yeah. It's
thank you for the meeting today.
Like I say, it's a fun watch, but it's not like. I'm sorry to the director, who is a close friend and a personal listener. It's no one's favourite movie.
Fucking hell.
Is that brutal?
You put this on this list.
It's a good underrated film, but I don't think anyone's going to say, oh my God, I fucking love Frozen, my favourite film.
Maybe a different Frozen. Like,
yeah.
How dare you?
Well, you got me with that before because I'd forgotten about this film until I started looking it up again, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I watched that quite recently. And Matty's going, yeah, it's the one with Elsa. What? What are you on about? There was no character else. What are you saying? He's going, yeah, you know what I'm talking. Like, do you want to build a snowman? What? That's not matter what you're saying to me, lad.
It's got a fucking dark backstory to it.
Yeah, real
Prequel.
twists, turns.
Right, number 6, Hush.
Wow,
Ooh.
Let's go.
fucking mad.
Who
Right.
wants to summarize this?
Well, I think we'll go and do it in bits and bobs, but I'll certainly take a part of it right now. Again, right, I like horrors when they put you in a concept where you wouldn't naturally ever find yourself. So, of course, with none of us being deaf, putting the viewer in the situation. See, I'm not going to take you on.
Sorry?
Because I know what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Fuck. I could have just carried on. I nearly
Sorry,
felt it the first time I saw. I tried my best. Yeah, but being in that situation, so you're deaf, right, and you're being stalked in your own home. Like, I mean, in the first place, if that's happening to you, like you are now, like you're not deaf, and you're pretty much aware of what's going on around you, and you're being stalked. It's not ever a good sign, but it's just made even worse for her.
Yeah, so this is about a deaf and mute writer who's retreated into the woods to live in solidarity to finish writing her stuff, and this fucking masked killer.
Just a plain white mask, innit? It's nothing special, but it's
I mean,
still creepy.
It's a cool mask.
Yeah.
I still think it's cool.
Yeah.
But what's so good about this movie is like the way it, like the pacing. You'll see someone die with no sound and stuff because she hasn't.
You're living in her world.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's cool.
This is put together by Mike Flanagan, who is really well known for like Haunting of Hill House, this Oculus.
They're very like, in a way, they're very like psychological as well, aren't they? Like, I know what you mean, especially this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's very his style. There's a reason he's known for it. Yeah. Oh.
It's weird because this came out around the same time as Don't Breathe, if I remember correctly. Obviously, so you've got, in that one, you've got the complete opposite where it turns out the protagonist in that, the killer, is the guy who's blind, whose house they break into.
You were bang on there, mate. 2016, same year.
Is it?
Yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, it was cool. That was them two like, it's sort of like a call and response with like a film in it. Like so we've got the woman who's the victim here, and then they'll turn it around and this guy's blind, but he's actually the fucking evil guy.
Rooting and shooting every motherfucker.
Like the idea of just like your senses taken away, it's relatable because everyone puts themselves in that position where you're like, what the fuck would I actually do? It's so good.
Because that's a situation you wouldn't want to be caught in, man. Especially if you've got like a disability like that as well. That's just insane.
Mate.
Yeah, that just makes everything 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Because he's there, and every time, like, you know, when you're watching a film and like sometimes you find yourself screaming at the telly, sometimes you really don't. But you just go in, oh my god, it would just be so much easier. But of course, it's made to parody that situation. You've got to be like, fuck me. Imagine being in that situation. Like, nah. But that guy, the actor who's the stalker, he plays a real good like creep with it, because I'm sure, if memory serves, like that when the police officer turns up and he's like, no, I'm just like trying to help my friend.
Fuck
yeah.
Like in complete turn, like, yo, no, it's not like that, and it's like, lad. How much worse is this gonna get for her?
So good.
Injured as fuck. Like, I don't need this.
So, would you like a fun fact about this film?
Please.
Yeah.
It was filmed in 18 days.
Fuck.
That's a quick turnaround, that.
Yeah, very.
That's very close to Halloween. That Halloween was that 2 weeks?
Fake fan.
Like 20 days.
Fake fan people.
It
I'm joking.
was a very short shoot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, mind you,
I think it was 2 weeks actually.
There's only a couple of actors in it anyway, so there's not like load of hustle and bustle in the background to be focusing on, you know, and you've got like townscapes going on and shit. Yeah. Loads of cars and like people walking around and stuff.
So here's the other fun fact. Because the main character is deaf, the film contains 15 minutes of dialogue, and that's it. Meaning the remaining 70 minutes, there is no words spoken.
crazy.
Do you reckon that's very well? Probably A Quiet Place probably has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'd
probably
say.
similar, but
Yeah,
this film, it's suspense, like
mate,
Straight
proper
up.
built up.
yeah, worth a watch it for people who haven't watched it. 100%,
And that's available on Netflix as well, I think.
it is.
Are we getting
think,
sponsored by Netflix?
Yeah, just use our promo code.
Yeah, could you imagine?
10% off on your next purchase.
Mate, have you actually seen like those Netflix jobs though? Or, like you can just you can sit around watching like TV shows and movies for them.
Is that real though? It always feels like it's
To a degree, I imagine it
Like,
is,
good
but it's
to get
probably not
treats.
made out to be as good as it is. We'll have to find out. We need to find out who works for Netflix. Speak to them and be like,
If
"What
you
is
work
that
at
like?"
Netflix and your job is to actually, it's like that bullshit where it's like, oh, this company will pay you to sleep. Doesn't happen. Just lad Bible wanting some clicks. Fuck off.
You can play games for Rockstar.
Just
They
fit
got me.
into
They
this
got me
category.
good.
78 asthma. Lives in Canada. Only seen sunlight once.
I remember that
You
back
qualify?
in back in high school when you do see like people who apparently were working by playing games and stuff and they're getting paid for it, and you're like, yeah, what do you want to be when you're older? And we used to be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a games tester. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get paid for that.
Video game tester.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And then like reality unfolds and you realise
Yeah.
that it doesn't mean that you're going to be sat there like at your Xbox just going ha 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 playing away. It's going to be like, I need to edit and
Yeah, that's broken.
change that, and that
Yeah.
needs to be a different color. And what the fuck is that over there? Johnson, fix that. Like it's just not. It's not the same.
Tangent.
I know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tangent.
Right.
Bit of a tangent.
What are we rating Hush?
I'm gonna go with a solid 9 out of 10 because
Ooh,
it's
Smith.
fucking
Pretty
heavy.
nice.
It's a heavy film. I like it. If it makes you feel something, man. You know what I mean? Like you just feel for the girl all the way through the film. Like, man, come on. I just want you to write your book and get it done. But no.
Just want you to write your book.
Do you know what I mean? That's all she wanted to do. Have a nice dinner, drink maybe a bottle of wine, not a full bottle, maybe a glass. You know what I mean? You're having a chiller. You know what I mean? And then fucking blokey bloke comes along and thinks, nah. And you think, fuck.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So yeah, 9 out of 10 though.
Get
I'm having
that.
it.
Why?
7.5. Because that
Okay.
half point counts.
It does,
You know?
apparently.
How
I'm
many times have we said that?
I'm going to agree. I'm going to go for 7.5 as well.
Do you know what? I think it's 7.5 for me as well.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Right, the final film for this week. Creep.
No, you are.
Would we even start with this one? Like the first time I watched this, like I put it off for ages, and I don't know why. I just kept putting it off. I saw Creep 1 and 2 on there, and I was like, oh, should I? And then I eventually got right into it, and I was like, I've been missing out. Like, why?
Yeah, this
It
is-
was worth the wait.
This
Yeah.
film is like weird and wonderful, isn't it?
I found it unnerving me. It made me feel weird,
That's it, yeah. So
like all the way through. It's like, aha, like shudders. You know what I mean?
Because there's no like bullshit about it. You know what I mean? It's straight up like this could actually happen. There could be some psychopath. Basically, the synopsis is this guy, this psychopath. They don't know he's a serial killer and that. He puts an advertisement out there saying he wants a filmmaker to come and film basically his last days on camera because
yeah,
he
essentially
basically
he's dying.
yeah, he
Yeah.
says he's dying to the cameraman. So this guy thinks he's got a terminal illness and he's going to be dying soon, and he's basically just going to document this guy's last like few days on camera so he can send it away to his family. Family, who he apparently has. But his real intentions are he's basically a serial killer, and that guy's fucked. Yeah.
But
He's filming like it's obviously found footage that it's filmed like.
this
so
is like found footage done right. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. 'Cause
done really right.
I hate found footage, like
Is it
paranormal
spot-
activity and stuff. Not a
Yeah,
fan.
I had this conversation, I think it was Myra the other day, when someone says the word found footage film on.
Yeah.
You've either got a good one or you haven't. There is no fine line between where you go, yeah, that one was okay. It's either that one was a fucking brilliant representation of found footage, or no, that should never have been seen.
Yeah.
This is found footage done right. If If you're gonna watch anything, watch it.
Yeah, and you basically see like how it all unfolds, like the sort of manipulation that this guy has over this cameraman who's basically filming all this different stuff, and basically leading him to the final
Yeah,
scene.
it's
Really, he's
weird
playing
'cause he
him all the way
doesn't-
through the movie.
He doesn't just like hire a videographer and then it's like, right, I'm gonna kill you straight away.
No,
It's slowly unfolding and you see
Yeah.
him like
Slow onset
coming up with
torture.
ideas, and yeah, it's freaking him out at first and just scaring him, and then I mean,
well, at first you have
that
no
fucking
inkling that
wolf
he's a
mask.
killer. Yeah, you don't know he's a killer. Like, so the title works perfectly because all you think is he's a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Creep, but you
exactly.
feel sorry for him.
You know,
And
when
then
you've come
comes out
across,
with
you've
shit.
come across them type of people, you know, and you've just been out and about, and you know, you just walk past. Well, not necessarily walk past them, but like, you know, you just know someone, you know, they get up to creepy stuff. You're like, what a creep! Like,
Yeah.
that's how he looks.
Yeah.
He's got a fat look about him, just like you're a bit of a creep, you mate. Like something not right. I don't know what it is.
The stuff he gets up to in it. So you've got the bathtub scene, for example. That's just fucking weird, but that's creepy as well. With that, and like you said, Matt, the werewolf mask, peach
Yeah, the
fuzz.
wolf mask.
Are you just trying to scare me, or? Okay, well, I'm terrified.
And the little dance he does. And a fun fact about that is that was actually an actual mask that was sold in our world, so out of the film world. It wasn't made for
IRL.
film. Yeah, it was actually sold on like Amazon and obviously distributed different places. It sold out not long after the film came out because obviously everyone wanted a peach fuzz mask, and they're fucking literally hard to get hold of now. You cannot find them anywhere.
Oh really?
I've heard those
No way.
masks go for over $500, if not more, if someone's got one in good condition.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking mad. That's how crazy it's got. It's a massive cult film.
Yeah, it does have a huge cult following, and there is a sequel which is also very, very good.
Yeah. So obviously continuing on, instead of you not knowing what his intentions are, you know from the get-go he's hiring this person and they're going to get killed. Like, so it makes it even more suspenseful. So the first one's like, yeah, this guy's a creep. We'll follow the film, see what happens. The second one is basically like, fuck, how's this going to go? And
Yeah, straight away.
yeah, and it's a female protagonist on this one instead, and she completely flips the film around. And
Yeah.
it's oh man, it's
So
brilliant.
if that
That's
wasn't
how the
enough-
turntables.
Yeah.
if that wasn't enough to make you watch Creep, that tickled Lund then. Like even more, my fun fact for this is the majority of this film is improvised.
Did not know
Yeah.
What?
So they only came up with ideas like, okay, you're going to be driving down here, and that's pretty much it. And the conversation and dialogue is very, very improvised.
So it's an
Free
Iron Man
flowing.
1 situation.
Free flowing. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like there's only 2 characters you'll see in the whole movie, so that's
Yeah.
credit to them, who are regular listeners. So shout out to them.
that. The boss and the other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy. Wow,
Cheers,
dude.
boys.
Thanks. I'm other guy.
Well, Mark, who's in the film, was he the director or producer of the film as well?
Ooh,
The films.
Now you're asking questions, but it's a good job I've got Imidaba up. No. So it's the guy that plays Aaron. Patrick Bryce is also the writer and director of the movie. So shout outs to Mark and Patrick, long-time listeners.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for the
Avid fans.
yeah, definitely worth a watch. What are we giving it, people?
For me, that is a solid. I'd say a solid 8.5 because it's the first found footage one I've seen in a while that came in at a different approach and, like you said, did a fucking
Took
solid,
you by
solid job.
surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because you do. You go into found footage films, as you say, with a bit of you go in with a bit of leniency. Like, I know it's going to be a bit, but let's see how well they do it. But some people pull it off well, some people don't. But this one, fucking gold, mate. I'd say, do you know what? I'm gonna be a stickle bum. 8.5, might yeah.
Oh, nice. Lon?
I think I'm going to go for a solid 8.
Nice. I'm going to give that a 7.5.
I've just got a fun fact for this actually as well. So it was the Duplass brothers, so Matt Duplass, the main guy in it. They own one of the production companies that made Creep, so they were part of the producers. But they've also done a list of all these other films under the production company, and they also did the documentary on Netflix called Evil Genius. If you've watched that.
Oh, no way.
I love that
Yeah,
documentary.
they produced that documentary as well. So yeah, man, they've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, watch Evil Genius. That's sick, that one.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all 7 films that you should have watched from the 1st to the 7th of October. If you want to know the next 7 films, you can probably head over to one of our many social medias that I'm not going to tell you the name of. Go have a look. Lon, didn't you say you've got an idea?
Dude. Ooh. Here we go. Debate table. Here we are.
Tell them, boys.
So, I have a question. Oh.
What the fuck? Jesus. I don't think
Don't tell them yet. Don't tell them yet. They're not ready.
Fuck.
We good?
We're all right. I think he's settled down. I think it's okay. All right. So, this is going to be a debate between us all of I'm going to give you this topic and you have to make a choice of what you think is the best choice for it. I'm going to phrase it like that. So my question is, which horror franchise has the worst film?
Oh.
Fucking hell, Mike.
So, right, okay.
You're going to have one of these every single bonus.
Potentially. I think I might just like, and then you've got it. So, just to repeat, what is the worst film in, if you have to choose a horror franchise, which one has the worst film in it?
Hatchet. I'm calling it. Hatchet, mate. If you
we'll go between all of you. We'll go from 1 to 1, and then we'll do it that way. So go on, Alex.
Right, so mine's Hatchet in all the film series of Hatchet, right? Because I don't know if it was meant to be good, but it's not, or it's certainly not in my eyes. It's just like there's Hatchet. He's like a serial killer. Well, he's not just called Hatchet, but
it's
like
Kane Hodder that plays.
Which I thought it would have been good considering.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, it just goes like just dead shit and just dead west. Like it starts off in like New Orleans, like there's like Mardi Gras, something's going on, everyone's just getting fucked up, and then they go off like, down the bayou, and then like it just gets weird, man. Like and then getting.
So you're saying Hatchet in general or Hatchet 2? You're talking about here? You're just talking about the first one?
No, I'm gonna go the whole film series.
The whole franchise.
Yeah, I'm calling it out.
Smith.
Oh, that easy.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Actually.
Franchise. Wait for it.
See, I don't really know.
It's not to say it's bad. I just personally think it's the worst out of all horror film franchises.
This is quite harsh because, like,
it is fucking bad. There's
there's types of horror I don't like, so I could just go Paranormal Activity. They're all.
So let's play. It's like the main ones. Obviously, you've got your Freddy, you've got Jason, you've got Michael, you've got the Scream franchise, you've got main classic.
Wait, you want
modern classic? Let's call it.
If you want modern classic, all right, well, since I've already called out fuckers,
it's our named and shamed Hatchet franchise.
I know, yeah. I am a little bit sorry, but
I've got one actually. Then like it's kind of like the Halloween 3 of the Friday the 13th films. I know with Halloween 3, but you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Jason X. It gets a lot of hate, doesn't it? But I can see why.
Now, I would go as far as to say take a step further then and just pretty much add on to that and say Freddy versus Jason. What the fuck, man?
That has got comedic.
Yeah.
Stuff
it's like
throughout it though.
All right, let's hear reasons.
They should have just named it fucking Mortal Kombat for like Freddy and Jason. You know what I mean?
Mortal Kombat.
And I love Mortal Kombat.
Same. I've got 2, to be honest.
Okay.
So, like, they're both kind of recent. Annabelle Comes Home from the Conjuring Annabelle universe.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
The Nun was disappointing with that as well.
Yeah.
That series. Fuck, man. Fucking hell, Ted.
All right.
Even Ted didn't like it. He wasn't happy at all.
But like, I do like those kind. Although I hate paranormal stuff, I like those movies, the Ed and Lorraine universe kind of thing. But
Yeah.
Annabelle Comes Home is a piece of shit. I'm so bored. In fact, I've got 3. I fell asleep in the cinema to Insidious: The Last Key, and
Oh
I
my God.
love Insidious, but what
Yeah,
the
that was a
fuck?
bit of a stretch, that film, wasn't it? Was that the
Yeah.
one where with the woman who's got the key for her fingers?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know.
my third and final one is the new Child's Play.
I've not watched that yet. I
Yeah,
can't bring myself
mate.
to watch it. I can't.
No, do it.
Yeah, watch it.
Just to say that you've done it, mate.
But it's CGI Chucky though. When I see
Well,
that,
do
it
you know
puts me
what?
off instantly.
I loved the concept of like he's connected to the internet. He's a like security kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just so disappointing. I don't know whether it's the acting. I don't know what bothers me, but it's just not right.
I can agree with all those, to be honest with you, Matt.
Thank
I'm
you.
with you.
Lon, did you have any? You asked the question,
I
but
do.
do you provide an
I-
answer?
There's 2.
Okay.
I think they are royal turds of a franchise. So
Royal turds.
Fucking hell.
Okay,
Loose.
so I'm gonna go with number 1 on my turd list of Halloween 6,
Yeah, I'm all right with you thinking that.
because what a shit show of a film.
Ooh, it's controversial, that. I like
So-
Halloween 6.
So, one for the backstory of it being that there was so many rewrites of that film. It is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
you've
It is-
got
it It is one of the worse ones from the franchise. I know what you mean. I know.
just, and then you have that random flashy things at the beginning, and then it writes off like the character that they've maintained all the way through the past 2 films
Yeah. I know.
in that like beginning bit, and then you've got the whole thing where he just writes off Loomis but doesn't really like
Address it.
do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess of a film.
Jesus.
But you've got Paul Rudd playing Tommy Doyle in there.
You do.
This is where they introduced the Cult of Thorns in it. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. For me, like obviously, I love the Halloween franchise, but that is bottom of the list for me on the Halloween franchise.
Yeah.
Mind you, Resurrections close to calling
Debatably.
it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a close second, potentially, on that one.
What was your second, though, Lon?
Okay, so the second one, this might seem controversial for you lot since I'm wearing a T-shirt with him on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the Final Nightmare, Freddy's Dead.
Right. Go on.
Don't even know
because-
what's in this.
This was basically the last one in the franchise that they did before New Nightmare, and they did the soft reboot essentially on that concept and did a really meta film.
Yeah.
So it's the whole concept of that. At that point, Freddy's like a joke. Like there's just nothing
almost
creepy about him.
Like what a modern day meme is. But it was a meme before its time.
Like it looks like the skin looks like bubblegum. Like if you find a picture of like it's the one where he's like he beats someone by using like an arcade game on his glove,
What?
and he's just like, "Ooh, high score."
I can't believe
That's like,
you've even said that
no.
under the reboot Nightmare.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
And
Just do not get me started on that.
then you've got Matty's Nightmare on Elm Street that he found. So for the listener, Matty sent us a video link, which we're probably going to have to post it on socials now, of like
Now that you mentioned it.
this Polish like fan-made film of Nightmare on Elm Street. Do you remember that, Matty?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do briefly remember. Yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
That was
Send it.
interesting.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I never watched it all the way through. I just sent it because
Well,
I thought.
Oh,
you
right.
watch it.
You
Yeah,
can tell
yeah.
you didn't watch it.
Because we did it, we're like,
What
Did you
the
actually
fuck?
watch it? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you watch it all the way through, Matt? Because I
Yeah.
sent it to you. Yeah. Did you, Pearson?
Yeah.
it's
Me
trash.
and Lon watched it together. Like, what the fuck is this? Right.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Quite like that second one.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was
Wrapping
alright.
this up, of the 7 films we spoke about, if you wanted our listener to listen to to watch one of these films,
Just listen to a film.
just listen to it.
Yeah.
Which one would it be?
You know me. Mine's House of a Thousand Corpses. Closely
Makes
followed
sense.
by The Evil Dead on this list.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm going to tell you to watch Hush because I think you need to feel the gravity of the situation that the actor has portrayed. It's heavy, man. It's just too much. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Watch it, mate, and then we can talk about it. It's heavy.
Well, we did. That's
We did, and that's why we've talked about it. Provided other people will listen to this, other people may want to talk about it.
Lon?
Evil Dead. Followed by Evil Dead 2. Followed by Army of Darkness. And then
You
Ash
can't
vs.
do
the
that.
Evil
I was
Dead.
talking about this list. Ignore Lon.
Watch the entire franchise.
And I'd obviously say Trick or Treat, and then It Follows.
I'll take a close second there with It Follows and back that
Let's
one
go.
too, because touche.
Yeah. Right? I think that sums it all up for our
Well, that just about wraps that up, doesn't it? Nice pretty bow on that.
Hopefully it wasn't too long, but you know, we get on
You know.
tangents when we're talking about this sort of stuff.
There's definitely some shit to cut out of this that there's going to be like, oh, I wonder what they cut out.
Oh.
You will never know. You will never know.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for listening. We're going to do this weekly, so the next episode will be out on the 14th of October. And, you know, continuously, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get some guests involved. If you like any of them, let us know. And if you don't, let us know.
Yeah.
Sick, let us know.
Either way, just let us know. Just
Yeah. Do it.
I'm happy to receive messages telling me that I am dog shit
Oh, yeah, I'd take that. I'd be called.
because I'm doing a podcast, and I'll happily. Well, it just means that you've taken the time out of your day to at least click on it. So cheers for that.
Give me some serotonin.
Yeah.
Love it.
Whoever she is.
Right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Au revoir.